Imagine for a moment that you could possess a wealth so vast that the mere existence of money became irrelevant to you. The Stoics speak upon wealth creation and wealth preservation in many ways. They emphasize an importance on financial education and financial freedom. That's why we have dedicated this video on covering the Stoic lens of becoming financially free. Before covering the 15 lessons, I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership and support, as it allows me to spread the word of the ancient Stoics. Number 1. Desire wealth in moderation. We all desire some level of financial security and freedom, but the Stoics understood the risks of pursuing wealth too vigorously without caution. According to the Stoics, desiring excessive riches often fuels greed, which paradoxically leads to stress and dissatisfaction, even for those who attain great fortunes. So the first Stoic secret is finding balance. Seek wealth in moderation to the extent it provides greater freedom and tranquility, but not solely for material luxury. What do you truly need to live well versus what you merely wish for in excess? Define needs versus insatiable wants. Seneca advised examining our real needs regularly to avoid sliding into greed and restlessness in an endless quest for more. The Stoics also warn us that fortune can be fickle. Those very rich today could be plunged into poverty tomorrow and vice versa. So it is wisdom to accumulate savings steadily over time as a form of freedom, while avoiding risky speculation that could dramatically destabilize your finances either way. Moderately expanding income streams to nurture financial freedom also enables greater generosity according to Stoic ideals. Your surplus enables you to help friends, family, as well as giving to public and charitable causes. But concentrating single-mindedly on increasing personal wealth often leads us down the path of stinginess, along with anxiety, frustration, and profound dissatisfaction. So reflect carefully on cultivating financial moderation, guided by wisdom. How much is enough for you to live well by reasonable standards while retaining flexibility? That is the true path towards financial freedom with peace of mind. Number 2. Develop skills and provide value. The Stoics understood that simply desiring wealth alone accomplishes little. Lasting financial stability usually flows to those individuals who can find ways to actively serve the needs and interests of society. So the second key secret is to strive sincerely to develop your innate talents, learn marketable skills, and figure out what core value you can provide to others. What abilities or strengths can you cultivate? Are there skills you could master that would lead to steady income if put into practice? Make an honest assessment of what you have to offer the world around you. Marcus Aurelius advised not simply waiting around, hoping to get rich by chance or inheritance, for example. He suggested examining how you can enrich your own life and find purpose by using your talents productively to also benefit your fellow citizens. The Stoics would urge us to take a personal inventory of our capabilities and predispositions, regardless of our origins or initial station in life. With self-discipline and commitment, nearly anyone can identify a service or trade that aligns with their competencies and holds potential for self-employment or employment, providing financial stability. Whether teaching an instrument, coding applications, mastering a craft like woodworking, or innovating new products, those able to carefully develop and market their expertise to the world often find monetary rewards eventually follow. By contributing our value to others rather than solely chasing wealth itself, we gain meaningful work along with expanding prosperity. Financial freedom in the Stoic conception means removing anxiety around survival by leading an active, industrious life of purpose within our community. So take stock of your talents and interests, choose a direction, refine the required abilities diligently to offer real value to the world around you. Financial stability and freedom may well blossom as a natural consequence over time. Number 3. Live simply. In our consumer-driven society, status and even self-worth often get caught up in material possessions and living ostentatiously. But the Stoics advised another way. They urged us to carefully examine what is truly necessary beyond basic comforts and shelter. True freedom comes from purging unnecessary expenses and consumption in their view. Living simply frees us from constantly chasing excessive luxury items, aspiring to grand displays of affluence, and keeping up with those caught in fraught status competitions. What we don't spend means more savings and investments towards securing our futures. Embracing simplicity and moderation grants autonomy. So the third Stoic secret involves scrutinizing your actual needs. Differentiate them from simply wanting or wishing. Curtail expenses on non-essentials that add little to your well-being. For instance, is a premium luxury vehicle truly necessary or mostly for vanity? Does a large, lavish house merely serve ego rather than function? The more we spend chasing superfluous things, the more time and energy we sacrifice working to pay for them. True freedom comes from escaping materially burdened lives focused disproportionately on acquiring objects or projecting a conventional image of success. Living simply liberates us to use our time more as we choose rather than constantly laboring for more money to purchase and maintain expensive non-necessities. Simplicity also grants opportunity to help others. Requiring less for yourself enables sharing time, knowledge, or money with fellow citizens more in need. So, curtail expenses ruthlessly, consume consciously, and redirect surplus towards financial stability. Simplicity of living allows freedom to follow passions unrestrained by swollen debts from material excess. A rich life can paradoxically come from wanting and needing less. Number 4. Master your passions. The Stoics understood that emotions and impulses often drive individuals to make irrational, destabilizing financial decisions, whether greed in chasing endless increase or envy of those with greater wealth or fear of losing what we have or anger over perceived unfairness. Our passions, surrounding money and possessions, often lead us astray if left unchecked. The fourth key secret, then, for securing financial independence is developing habitual self-discipline over your feelings and reactions concerning fiscal matters. The Stoics would advise consciously working to regulate sudden urges to spend emotionally or invest recklessly or acquire ostentatious items that feed our egos but not our true needs. They advocated living reasonably and thinking strategically about finances. For example, when you feel compelled to make an extravagant purchase purely for momentary pleasure or status, pause to reflect carefully whether it aligns with your considered values and priorities. Does it satisfy a passing whim or contribute meaningfully to your well-being? Similarly, don't allow envy to push you into unwise gambles to keep up with those who seem richer on the surface. Appearances can deceive. Likewise, guard against fear-based decisions during recessions that irreparably damage your financial stability. Avoid panicked moves in down markets. Maintain perspective and your original investment thesis. Cultivating habits of rationality and self-control protect you from costly blunders or missed opportunities over a lifetime. Passionate impulses come and go like storms, but those able to develop disciplined thinking around fiscal issues position themselves to benefit as patterns shift around them. So make wisdom, not emotion, the basis for financial maneuvering. Master your reactions and impulses. Reason and care will lead onward to expanding prosperity and freedom. Number 5. Plan diligently. The Stoics understood that lasting financial stability rarely arises by chance or luck alone. Those able to achieve independence in their means carefully lay the groundwork through conscious forethought and adaptive preparation. Yet setbacks inevitably arise amid the variability of life. Maintaining flexibility matters as much as initial planning. Meticulous development of fiscal literacy and money management skills marks a critical first phase. Learn core concepts around household budgeting, debt reduction, saving investing vehicles, and compound growth. Arm yourself with practical understanding to direct your resources optimally. Study trends in career fields that align with your strengths to identify expanding opportunities worth pursuing. At the same time, make backup plans to pivot when confronted by crises or shifting conditions. The Stoics knew fate's unpredictability. Financial disasters, market crashes, disruptive innovations, or physical calamities could all reverse fortune suddenly. So alongside methodical preparation, assuming some hardship will arise at points and being ready to respond resiliently prevents devastation. Perhaps new skills need quick development when industries decline, or geographical relocations become essential to protect income flow if disasters strike. Rather than hoping luck persists indefinitely, accepting uncertainty in life guides us to actively shape destiny through nimble readiness to change tactics as contexts evolve. While diligent forward planning and financial education expand prosperity and stability phases, remaining open and adaptable allows us to minimize drops and regroup during volatility. By balancing meticulous preparation with flexible response, we achieve the ultimate Stoic secret: enduring capacity to overcome setbacks and thrive through upheaval on the path to financial freedom. So develop your roadmap and walk it determinedly. But recall, disruption will come. Ensure the resilience to redirect your steps accordingly. Number 6. Act courageously. Seeking genuine prosperity demands willingness to depart our comfort zones at pivotal moments, according to Stoic thought. Important achievements beyond basic sustenance invariably require periodic risk-taking and displays of mental fortitude to push through uncertainty, confusion, and periods of low motivation. This is as true in fiscal matters as any endeavor. To dramatically improve your financial position over a working life frequently means courageously investing capital into new enterprises despite uncertainty of returns. It could mean resigning stable salaried jobs to attempt launching an independent business pursuing a personal passion, or courageously retraining into an entirely new career direction, rather than remaining in a field gradually being automated away. At a personal level, it means finding the bravery to defer immediate gratification by saving substantial portions of income, even when balances seem minuscule during early career. Believing your conservation will compound significantly over decades through patient discipline and wise investments produces remarkable transformations. Likewise, demonstrations of tireless mental commitment to continually expand your capabilities and solve new problems drive increases in compensation and elevations in authority over decades spent in a single profession. Persisting when self-doubt arises and when progress seems limited unwaveringly pushes through barriers that commonly obstruct those hoping for mere comfort and security, rather than genuine financial freedom. So in many regards, lasting prosperity emerges not from timidity but conscious boldness in breaking from convention to manifest an original vision. Be willing to diverge from the known path, to operate at frontiers beyond the average. With courage and conviction, financial freedom ceases to feel like a distant wish and becomes a daily reality within your grasp. Step forward boldly. Number 7. Prioritize wisdom. The Stoics understood that financial stability over a lifetime does not arise by blind chance or luck, nearly as much as consciously constructed by each person through incremental decisions, preparedness, and understanding. Operating wisely in fiscal affairs requires active interest in regularly expanding our financial literacy and discernment. As Seneca counseled, we should prioritize surrounding ourselves with those more experienced in prospering through commerce and investing, so their wisdom seeds our minds and informs our choices. Those already free in their financial means often embody practices, insights, and seasoned judgment from years of learning from mistakes, as well as successes. Whether through mentorship, wider reading and research, or foreign travel to observe other cultures' economic practices, we indispensably enrich our own decision-making. Becoming fiscally prosperous yourself one day depends substantially on the humility to admit early ignorance around money management. Commit over years to gradual mastery of personal and household accounting fundamentals, varied passive income generation, judicious risk-taking, and leading financial concepts so you build competence in directing your resources over a lifetime. While beginner's luck occasionally smiles on the foolish, lasting financial freedom flows more commonly to the wise. Those who realize prosperity emerges from patient study, external guidance, analytical rigor, and continuous self-education. Surround yourself with abundant mentors. Absorb the hard-won knowledge of those further ahead. Wisdom in both strategic vision and practical execution is the ultimate secret ingredient to escaping financial anxiety forever. Number 8. Be industrious. The Stoics counseled that lasting prosperity rarely comes to those wishing and waiting passively. Yet active engagement in commercial enterprises or committed development of in-demand talents frequently yields financial stability. While exceptions exist, the reality remains that fortune broadly flows towards the focused and hardworking, able to recognize then seize opportunities. This begins with resolute personal responsibility rather than entitlement or resentment. Blaming others for disadvantaged starting positions accomplishes little. The industrious focus first on self-improvement, then attract expanding rewards through determination and grit. An entry-level worker pays attention, then volunteers for the most demanding roles. An entrepreneur drives their vision through long days and nights when competitors sleep. Progress requires ignoring peer pressure to find faster shortcuts. Establish a relentless work ethic, eschewing immediate pleasure to hone your craft and output. Set aside leisure and amusement that can wait. Let your enterprises benefit from undivided energy. Ignore what others may be handedly obtain. Only concern yourself with earning prosperity squarely through your effort. Working diligently also means maintaining self-care to prevent burnout. The marathon runner lasts longer than the sprinter. So balance your drive with vital renewal. Your aim is developing talents and competencies compounded over decades, not just pursuing one narrow work streak. Commit to the journey beyond any single job or project. With fierce resilience, show up to deliver maximum value to society each day through your industry. Do so with virtuous intention, and financial freedom will surely follow. For it is purposeful effort more than fleeting fortune that separates the prosperous from those left wanting. Number 9. Invest patiently. The temptations of speculation and gambling for rapid returns seem omnipresent in society for those seeking financial security. But the Stoics advise a different strategy, patiently cultivating wealth through prudent investing and ownership stakes over the long arc of life, rather than betting on risky and unpredictable schemes promising instant fortune. This requires disciplining the very human desire for quick gratification and outsized payouts from unlikely events. Instead, commit to regular small injections of savings into well-diversified holdings of productive assets like farmland, rental real estate, or dividend-yielding companies. Resist trying to perfectly time entry and exit points, which rarely outperforms simple long-term systematic buying. Accept the inevitability of periodic downturns and market corrections. Ride out temporary declines and political upheavals with equanimity, knowing your mix of holdings rebounds over decades, not weeks. View market volatility as an ally rather than an adversary, enabling low-cost basis accumulation opportunities. Let time and compounding carry you rather than angling for elusive home run scores. Patiently allow modest, consistent contributions and a reasonable rate of returns to shape your financial trajectory. This regular act of patient investing often quietly transforms financial realities over 10, 20, or 30-year intervals. The fast money speculator guarantees nothing, but those able to regularly set aside surplus capital and commit to ownership rather than speculation tend to realize the promise of financial freedom and stability without reliance on fickle fortune. Patient investing aligns with the broader Stoic emphasis on self-reliance, resilience, and virtuous intention. Plodding, disciplined progress supported by wisdom and perspective protects against reversals that often wreck those choosing dangerous get-rich-quick schemes over a measured ascending path to prosperity. Number 10. Persist resolutely. The path to genuine financial independence rarely runs smooth for long. Markets crash, industries disrupt, disasters strike, seemingly sure bets go bust. For the Stoics, adversity represents the fire that refines those eventually able to transcend anxiety around material means. By consciously cultivating resilience and grit, we prepare to endure periods where stability falters. When entire sectors face turmoil, the persistent don't panic or despair. They rapidly adapt by retraining into new skills, evolving their business models and exploring emerging opportunities. During broader economic contractions, they control emotions, tightly steward resources, and creatively expand income until conditions normalize. After failed investments, they digest hard lessons in risk management rather than quit in dejection. They give themselves permission to miscalculate or be overwhelmed by unforeseen events from time to time. But they keep moving forward determinedly to synthesize wisdom from reversals of fortune. The ability to repeatedly rise up after falls, to bounce rather than break, expresses the essence of success in the Stoic worldview. For there will always be another crisis, the next washout, the subsequent giant competitor threatening your achievements. True security comes from realizing these adversities as the very moments that shape your self-reliance. So stand firm when doubts around achieving financial freedom creep in during difficult stretches. Let transient turmoil strengthen your patience, insight, and adaptability, like a tree enduring winter's stormy passage before blossoming vigorously in spring. You are defined not by singular failures, but the capacity to persist. And through that persistence arises destiny's greatest rewards. Number 11. Build proper relationships. In the Stoic conception of living well, the ultimate aims extend beyond simply amassing maximum money or enviable possessions using any means available. Nor is freedom defined solely by the ability to pursue endless personal pleasure or ambition without constraint. True prosperity incorporates using your means to foster human bonds of reciprocal joy, service, and purpose that directly uplift wider communities. Whether through volunteering, participating actively in civic life, or providing resources to aid family, neighbors, or charitable organizations, The Stoics believed financial means should free us towards supporting society's development beyond just ourselves. Building cooperative, caring relationships proves central to their idea of transcending the anxious scarcity so many experience around material needs. This frequently involves generosity with our time, attention, and excess capital. It means listening earnestly to understand another's suffering when possible, rather than always broadcasting personal achievements. The goal becomes elevating and empowering the marginalized rather than exploiting inequality. Demonstrating these qualities sets the stage for more win-win collaboration. From the Stoic perspective, true financial freedom incorporates forging and nurturing real human connections through intentional support. Difficult moments often clarify where deeper bonds need mending. Challenges reveal opportunities to show up for each other anew. Your gains can become bridges to carry others forward too when willingly shared. If prosperity leads mainly to isolation, distrust, and self-absorption, can it truly be called riches? Wealth's higher purpose includes binding people in common welfare and dignity. When used thus, it expands freedom for multitudes, not the fortunate few alone. Number 12. Be grateful. The human tendency to fixate on what we lack rather than appreciate what we already have proves almost universal. The Stoics realize this habit severely impedes achieving lasting contentment and prosperity. By consciously pausing to count even humble blessings, we begin retraining our minds toward abundance rather than scarcity. Regular gratitude practice provides a simple yet profound pathway to freedom from constant wanting. When we reflect on basic shelters, sustenance, companions, or health rather than obsess over finer luxuries still missing, awareness shifts to realize just how much we already have been given. This magnetizes greater gifts to us over time. Gratitude fuels optimism and creativity regarding new opportunities. It allows boldness as we set lesser store by excessive material possessions. It provides strength during times of difficulty, knowing past triumphs. It liberates us from insatiable desire since we relish the blessings we currently have. When financial setbacks occur, those oriented toward gratitude reset perspective quicker. They get grounded again in life's basic but profound essentials and revive motivation for wise future action. They squeeze lessons from failures, then renew efforts utilizing abilities still available to them. Every moment offers openings when operating from a place of abundance. The Stoics would urge that true financial freedom relies on mastering desire for unattained things and embellishments. Instead, arrive at each morning giving thanks for necessities and chances before you. The richest person overflows with gratitude while the poorest seethes with ingratitude. Appreciate whatever and whoever brightens your frontier. Soon you'll discover just how prosperous you already are. Number 13. Share willingly. The Stoic conception of the good life incorporated using individual gains and surplus to lift up disadvantaged groups through conscious philanthropy and volunteerism. Rather than accumulating maximum wealth solely for personal splendor and consumption, they saw prosperity as a chance to steward resources by generously donating time, capital, and attention to marginalized elements of society. Contributing to communal funds for public festivals and infrastructure, supporting arts institutions preserving culture, and endowing schools to educate those without means represented a vital responsibility of the financially empowered. The Stoics would view those enjoying fortune yet ignoring pain around them as failing to grasp wealth's higher purpose regardless of overflowing coffers. Freedom in their eyes also meant freeing public services and creativity from perpetual uncertainty and penury through sustainable patronage, and hands-on volunteering to aid veterans, abused women, special needs, children, or neglected seniors gives otherwise abstract donations deeply personal meaning. Assisting neighbors several homes down rebuild after disasters or mentoring troubled students from disadvantaged areas resounds with profound opportunity to directly change individual lives through outstretched hands. The gift comes full circle by enriching our own lives equally in the process. True financial freedom thus incorporates wielding resources, influence, and labor on behalf of collective advancement, not merely personal enrichment. For in bonding communities this way, our own lives gain deeper resonance and security. The Stoics would argue that gratefully sharing whatever we can spare liberates the giver to the same degree as those grateful recipients lifted up. Number 14. Act justly. The Stoic philosophers maintained that lasting personal fulfillment relies on continuously upholding virtues like justice, courage, and moderation, not simply maximizing wealth by any means available. Financial gain accumulated through fraud, deception, or exploiting vulnerable people's ignorance or addictions, for example, would violate basic Stoic principles around ethical living. Prospering justly begins with ensuring you deliver fair value for costs charged without hiding harmful flaws or overstating benefits. It means refusing to partner with companies operating unethically, like ignoring worker safety standards or promoting violence. It includes advocating for equitable living wages and transparency around executive compensation. Seeking prosperity justly also weighs long-term impacts on the environment, public services, and social cohesion, not purely individual gain. It requires asking difficult questions around whether certain business models contribute meaningfully or primarily extract and concentrate assets damagingly. Are speculative activities producing new value or simply rent-seeking? By insisting prosperity aligns with living honorably as a principled member of society who advances human welfare, the Stoics believed lasting financial freedom emerges. Reputations for honesty, compassion, and disciplined business ethics build trust and referrals over decades. Fair dealing allows self-respect. In contrast, those fixated on amassing maximum wealth by any means often self-sabotage through greed, instability, and destructive vices. The highest aim is enriching existence broadly through ethical industry. In that sense, justice guides the way to prosperity as surely as wisdom, courage, and moderation. Our means matter as much as the ends when living purposefully. Number 15. Find purpose. The Stoic sages maintained that lasting fulfillment requires orienting yourself toward service of some higher purpose beyond self. In their view, the random accumulation of wealth and possessions alone rarely satisfies our deepest yearnings if simply focused on claiming luxury experiences or status. True freedom comes from connecting your financial goals to individual talents applied toward moral causes and human betterment. Marcus Aurelius, for example, exhorted us to think carefully on our abilities and resources, then direct them toward what most resonates with our principles. By consciously linking financial objectives to personal meaning, you fuel motivation during difficulty and trials. Purpose both guides and sustains, while mere money arbitrarily sought can corrupt morale over time. So where can your interests and competencies make unique contributions? What principles compel you to make sacrifices? Which groups or social problems inspire advocacy? Anchor Fiscal aims to advancing something bigger that captures imagination and compassion. Let the clarity of higher purpose drive resilience in confronting setbacks and uncertainty as they inevitably arise. Financial freedom, as the Stoics conceived it, serves expanding essential human freedoms, helping those disadvantaged, supporting flourishing arts, building institutions propagating wisdom. Our means obtain deeper meaning through moral connections. In the end, purpose as palpably lived proves the ultimate secret for staying motivated until financial freedom's full fruits mature in our hands. If you are listening to this, thank you for staying till the end. If you feel any of these Stoic lessons resonated with you today, feel free to start a Stoic discussion in the comments. I welcome Stoic discussions as they are what the great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca advised for. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, and if you want more content like this, subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you find peace and serenity in the Stoic ways.